Welcome to this deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're digging into something pretty unusual from the world of cricket equipment.
Oh yeah, what do we got?
The Mongoose MMI3 bat. Ever heard of it? Maybe saw it.
Ah, the Mongoose. Yes, definitely remember that one. Caused quite a stir for a bit.
It really did. We're looking at a review of it, trying to unpack the story behind this, well, this half bat, as some called it.
Right.
Why it made waves, what the tech was about, and, why it just disappeared.
Despite having a pretty spectacular moment in the sun.
Exactly. It's this weird mix of, performance, but also psychology. Okay, let's get into it.
It's a fascinating case, isn't it? How something can work, demonstrably work, but still not catch on. The story really kicks off dramatically. March 19, 2010.
IPL match. Chennai Super Kings chasing, right? Against Delhi Daredevils.
Yeah, and Matthew Hayden's batting. CSK needs runs, they're under a bit of pressure. And Hayden decides, right, time for the Mongoose.
And you could almost feel the buzz, couldn't you? People seeing this bat, this half bat thing. There were even stories that Dhoni wasn't sure offered him a normal bat.
Yeah, there were whispers. But Hayden was apparently quite set on it. Said he'd practiced with it for, 18 months?
Something like that. He really believed in it.
Oh, absolutely. He made that claim, didn't he? That if you middled it properly, it would go 20 meters further. Quite a specific claim.
20 meters? That's huge.
And he felt he had the science, the tech behind him. And then, proof was in the pudding that day.
It really was. What did he get? 93?
93, or just 43 balls, 7 sixes in there. Massive hitting. CSK won easily. The Mongoose had arrived, with a bang.
But it just looks so different. I mean, cricket's seen bat changes, like the old Slazenger WG or the Gray Nichols scoop, taking wood out the bat.
Right, changing the balance, the pickup.
But the Mongoose was extreme. The blade was really short, only about 455 millimeter, and the handle was super long, 395 millimeters. Just looked wrong, almost.
Totally different proportions. And that wasn't just for show. It was about the tech.
Yeah.
MMI3, that's what it stood for. Mass moment of inertia.
Okay.
So where the scoop took mass out across the width, the Mongoose played with it along the length, shifting more weight down, lower down, towards the hitting zone.
Right. So what does that actually do when you swing it? Forget the physics jargon for a sec.
Well, think of it like making the lever work better for you. All that mass lower down meant you could generate, theoretically, more leverage, faster bat speed, right where you hit the ball.
Ah, okay. More speed, more power.
Exactly. Higher momentum transfer. Plus, it was meant to be more stable, less likely to twist in your hands if you didn't quite hit the middle. The review basically called it a very effective club for smashing the ball.
Like a cheat code for T20 almost. So why didn't every big hitter grab one?
Well, that's the thing. It seems it wasn't quite the all-rounder. Great for attack, yes, but maybe not for, say, playing off the back foot on a quick, bouncy pitch.
Using the top part of the blade, yeah.
Exactly. Players like Suresh Raina apparently struggled a bit with the defensive side, so maybe it was always going to be a bit niche. A specialist weapon.
Okay, so some technical drawbacks depending on the situation. But the review suggested something else was going on too, something less logical.
Yes. This is where it gets really interesting psychologically. The review talks about sad irrationality and fallacies of the mind.
Fallacies of the mind in batting.
Yeah. It compares it to the scoop again. Remember how some players just felt wrong using a bat with big chunks missing from the back? It seems the Mongoose had a similar problem, but maybe worse.
Yeah.
That feeling, that perception of walking out with half a bat is a real mental block for a lot of players.
Wow. So even after Hayden smashed that 93, even knowing the potential power, just feeling like you had less bat was enough to put people off?
It seems so. That insecurity, that reluctance to use something that looks so unconventional, even if it offered an edge in some areas. The review concludes that, like the scoop, it just couldn't overcome that mental hurdle.
And when Hayden retired,
it pretty much faded. There was a brief attempt to bring it back, but it didn't take.
So, okay, let's recap the journey. We had this bold innovation, the Mongoose. Proved itself in a huge way with Hayden's inning.
Driven by that unique MMI3 tech, shifting mass along the length for power.
But then it hit limitations, maybe not ideal for defense or on certain pitches.
And crucially, that big psychological barrier, that half a bat feeling. It just didn't feel right to enough players, echoing what happened with the scoop.
It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? How even a proven technical edge in sports can get derailed by things like just basic comfort or perception, those fallacies of the mind.
Absolutely. It makes you think about where confidence in your equipment actually comes from.